Hi guys, welcome back.
You didn't miss us.
I'm Charlie.
I'm Lauren. Together, we've shared our lives online.
I never woke up one day and went, I know what I want to do, I want to be an influencer. It wasn't my goal. I was just always open about my transition story and people liked that.
Social media became our full-time jobs and opened a lot of doors for us. Me and Charlie bought our first home together. This is where we're going to start our family.
I would like to be involved in the creation of making a baby.
We're going to use his eggs inside of me.
I was definitely naive about the situation.
Having children with somebody that's transgender takes a lot of planning. It's a very expensive process.
That's why we want to invest the money that we've made online into a real-life business venture. An inclusive beauty salon that caters to people like us.
We are not your average couple. It's my belly button. I can't sweat.
And this is not your average family. It's a big day in my journey to be a biological dad. Since I've had my 3 regular periods now, we can have our first consultation with the IVF clinic and get chatting about how we can use my eggs.
So there's certain things that they need to screen for, and then if we pass the screening, we'll go through to the eligibility checks, which will be things like scans. Hello, hello.
I can wear my jammy bottoms.
I mean, they're only going to see you from your... Are you cold? I look too nerdy.
You look sophisticated.
It's like having a job interview, I'm really...
Do you have like all the stuff up ready?
No.
What's this doing? A lot of consents.
Did you fill out the forms they asked us to do?
No.
No, it's too late now, isn't it?
Fuck's sake. I fucking ruined it.
Yeah, can you stop, please? This is meant to be a positive thing. Can you stop?
But I've ruined it.
You haven't fucking ruined it. You've just not filmed the one form out, which she's going to speak through anyway.
Okay.
Please don't be like that.
Should we pretend we filled it in and then...
Well, what if she goes, why don't you just email me it right now?
Give me a kiss.
I love you. I love you too.
I really hope the cats don't be arseholes.
Hello?
Hi there, can you hear me all right?
We can hear
can
you.
you hear us?
Lovely. Thank you. So nice to see you both, Charlie and Lauren.
Yeah.
Lovely. So tell me, what's your situation?
Well, I'm transgender, so I was female at birth. We've been looking to go down the IVF route for a while, so I stopped testosterone. I had a women's wellness package around March or April done by a private GP on my bloods to check my hormone levels. They all came back fine.
Now, the one thing I also do need to establish, Charlie, where you've not had any internal scans or economic scans.
No.
How would you find that?
I think I'd be alright with it. If I want to do something, I'm pretty determined. I mean, this beard was a transplant that I got done in Turkey, and I was awake for 8 hours.
I've got 8,000 little holes taken out the back of my head and grafted into my face.
I think I'll be alright. I do think I'll be alright.
Brilliant. Now, a bit about yourself, Lauren, as well,
Yeah.
if that's okay. Any medical problems on your end?
Physical or mental?
Both.
I do have OCD. I have contamination OCD. I have ADHD and asthma. I have my own little coping techniques and coping mechanisms that work for me and keep us safe. It doesn't affect how I really treat other people. I just would prefer to not shake somebody's hand.
You have all that support, yeah?
No, that's
Yeah, thank you so much.
So, and then that will be sort of, you have to do that initial assessment.
Yeah.
So you have the initial scans for both of you.
Sorry, 2 seconds.
Sorry, our cat is just being annoying. We're going to put him outside the room. He's just making a lot of noise.
Good boy.
Right, shut the door, Lauren. Right, there we go. Right, he's gone now. Sorry about that.
Lovely. So it's been lovely speaking with you.
Yeah, you too. Thank you so much.
You should hear from our team soon. Have a good weekend.
Thank you,
you.
you too.
Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.
I don't know how I feel. I'm really nervous now.
I feel like this is just what I needed, like, to know that we're like going through the process now. Like we've actually had a consultation rather than just talking about it to each other. It feels like I'm already pregnant.
Calm down.
No, but it does. It feels like we're starting now, and we are.
Yeah.
Which makes it a lot more manageable.
I'm like very nervous, Charlie.
I know how much she wants this.
But I'm not going to blame
And although
you.
it's a lifeline, like it's exciting, but I know how mentally fucked up you'll be if we don't pass this.
I love you.
I love you too. Oh, Stevie.
Oh, you jealous? You can have a brother or sister, not a fluffy one.
We're pinning all our hopes on everything going well with this blood test.
I'm hoping that incense will bring us some luck, and maybe it will bring Charlie some luck in London too.
Incredibly, I've been nominated for Influencer of the Year at the British LGBT Awards. It's pretty much like the gay Oscars.
Even though it's Charlie's event, my nerves are all over the place. But I've got plenty of anti-sickness medication and mints with me to keep me steady.
Lauren's mental health can play up a lot when we're away from home because she doesn't have the routine, but we've pulled together and we scrub up well.
No.
Oh God. Every time trans people are portrayed in the media, it's this sob story, and finally we're being celebrated. Me and Lauren are walking down this red carpet and I'm like, how does this even happen? You've got Steps, you've got Tom Daly, Rylan. I'm looking about like, how am I even here?
Oh, I love you, mate. Honestly, what the Steps.
Wow.
People are asking for photos with us.
A Lauren and Charlie sandwich.
We've never been to anything like this before.
Lucy Spraggan was the first LGBT singer I ever seen on the telly, and now I'm here in real life telling her about my IVF journey.
I'm getting my eggs harvested, so yeah. Oh.
If you win, you'll hear the biggest cheer from me.
Come on.
honestly.
I do think that we always need to bunch together to protect every letter. I think there can be a lot of external attack, and us coming together for events like this show that we're here, we're queer, and we're around to stay.
Well, I didn't win, but another trans person won, so more in the community. Still made it in the booklet. There you go, that's one to frame, Mum. We got up on that stage and he said trans rights matter, so whether it was me or him, at least it was one of us.
I feel so proud of Charlie representing his community in such a big event. We're heading home more excited than ever to start our inclusive beauty business.
Oh, there it is. Booyah Beauty Bar.
The CEO, Charlie and Lauren.
I'm a CEO.
CEO, baby! So this was one of the offering principles that we sent out. Your start date is yet to be confirmed pending property development.
Don't get me wrong, I knew starting a business at a young age was going to be stressful, but never did I think getting a property would be the hardest part.
So this was the rejection letter from Edinburgh Council, because the shop is a class 4 anarchy which is used for storage, and we wanted to turn it into a class 2 retail. So if we did want to change the use legally, it would be £1,800 just to be able to go, yeah, you can use this as a salon. And you can appeal and object it, but it's another 3-month wait and they could still turn around and say no. So
It can be disheartening, you can just feel like you're going backwards or one step forward, 2 steps back.
it's so hard to sometimes just get your foot in the door when you're non-trading, and especially because they always ask where the start-up fund's coming from, have you got any other trading experience, and when you go, I'm a self-employed influencer, a lot of times they turn their nose up at you.
I just feel a little bit like I just want it to happen now. I'm just excited to be able to wake up again and know that I've got stuff to do and just have more of a normal routine. It's less scary than doing like influencing or like content creating, if that makes sense, because that's not something that I want to do.
I hate to say it because I know it's not like this, but it's always in the back of my mind, is it because I'm trans?
I honestly don't think it's anything to do with like us as people. I just think
No, I don't,
it's
but that's always
the
going to be in the
business.
back of my mind, even if it isn't at the front of your mind.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like I don't think it's anything to do with us as people.
I want to believe Lauren, but the world continues to remind me that I'm a target.
So we got hate crimes outside our house in our lovely new neighbourhood.
Somebody had recognised us from social media enough to know that we lived in the area, and it was the first time that Charlie had ever experienced that in person and not online.
Calling me a he, she, calling me the T-slaw, chased me into the house.
Just said I was a very confused person and I should never have children. I think the online presence had a lot to do with it because that's how he found out that Charlie was transgender.
There is TikTok videos of me in the garden, there's TikTok videos of the driveway. Now obviously I'd never put my street up on TikTok, but if someone is in the street and knows we live in this street, they could identify our house from our videos.
Well, I wanted to move. I didn't feel safe. It's not nice feeling scared in your own home, especially because we're still new to the neighbourhood.
And then the next thing we done was we went and got a security system, which makes us feel a lot safer.
Oh yeah.
It's my beautiful camera setup. We've got them all around the house. So like right now, I've got 8 notifications, backdoor, 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 it'll be the cats. I'll get Lauren to go outside right now so we can trial it.
Off I go.
So there you go, motion detected at front door. There's Lauren at the side door. And this is her coming back in the front door.
And here I am.
Does it make you reconsider anything about social media and what's going up?
No.
No, we exist. We exist. And no matter if you try and get us to leave or if you try and get us to scare us, we're still going to exist. And my platform, I've always wanted to use it to show that trans people can be happy, can live a good career and can find love, because when I first came out, the questions I got were like, are you ever going to be able to find someone to love you? What if no one employs you? My whole thing is just to show that people can be in happy relationships that are trans, people can have successful careers when they're trans. So no, I just want to keep going. I want them to look at me and just be like, oh, I've not affected him at all. I want it to annoy him. I want him to get wound up.
Go on, boy.
Go on.
I just wish people would get on with their lives. Live and let live. Like my dad. He's always accepted me for who I am.
Coming in, let's go get a coffee.
Get a coffee. I'll wear a double.
He always goes on about how he hates my funky mugs, because apparently they're too hard to drink from.
Yeah.
Don't be so dramatic, Barry. It's just a dragon.
I can, but it's too chunky.
Dad issues, eh? I think I'm going to have a bagel, to be honest. I'm fancy now.
Aye.
The man I call Dad has been through a lot of ups and downs with me. We're not biologically related, but that has never made a difference.
You've been stuck in my life for what?
22 years.
22 years now. So when my mum and him broke up, he could have just walked away. He didn't have any ties to me, but he's never left my side.
No.
He's always been my dad. He always will be my dad.
Why is that, Barry?
Because I love him. I couldn't do that to him. You know? I love you too much.
Oh. He wants to be a granddaddy.
Oh,
I want him to be a granddaddy too before his health gets too bad as well.
A couple of years ago I had a quadruple heart bypass.
He did die and then come back, didn't you?
Twice.
He's a miracle man.
Aye, see, I was like kids, but I'm not able to. Just through my diabetes and that again.
He's got me.
I've got you, and I couldn't be more happier.
Exactly.
Hey guys, I'm Charlie Smith and I'm going to teach you how to grind on a scooter.
Like obviously I was a little girl, I played football, I was in the mud. It was never come here, clean up, put a dress on. My dad used to take me to football, he used to watch all my games. I just want to let my kids live life.
Aye. It was, well, you had to. Teenager maybe, you were never happy.
No, never was.
And I was just getting a bit scared and I didn't care what was happening, you see. I just thought, to start with, he was gay.
Yeah, I was, well, lesbian, yeah,
Aye.
back in the day.
And that's, kin.
Yeah.
And before you kin it, it was operations and it was the grin coming back on your face.
I know,
It was happy,
I
kin.
know.
It was great. It was like you were a wee
Guy again, yeah.
Aye.
I think I was so lucky finding Barry as my dad. Like, I don't consider him a stepdad. I don't really... The biological father isn't my dad.
Mm-hmm.
Dad is just dad, and that's all it'll ever be.
Aye.
I love having my dad come up and visit our new home because I'm so proud to show him that I've made something of myself. When I first started to transition, I lived in Cranhill in Glasgow.
A large mixed slush, please, mate. It's the same guy. He won't recognise me, but it's the same guy.
Thanks. Well.
I feel like I'm home again. It's weird. So this was where I used to stay. My bedroom was in the back of the building. It was actually in this room that I got my first ever viral video on Twitter. I remember I'd fallen asleep and I'd woken up, turned round, looked at my phone and I was like, what is going on? And it was blowing up. And then my pals were like, no way, we'll come round and get you, bounce out. So we all bounced out. It was like a celebratory moment. And now it's just like an everyday thing. I used to get so excited when a video got so many likes. It doesn't have that charm for me anymore. I wouldn't want to go back to living without the kind of money that I make now through social media. It's definitely a vessel that's opened up so many opportunities. I was about £19,000 in debt when I was 19 years old, living in this flat. I was drowning. So never did I think sitting in here I'd be a business owner.
I didn't grow up with much. My mum always made sure I had the necessities, but I've always strived and really wanted more for my children. I never want to have to say no. I want my children to experience everything that they can, and I will work my hardest to get to the position where I can do that for them.
We're desperate to get the salon open so that we can start our plans to have a family.
Everything's fired up and ready to be harvested. Just need the money.
It's not even that we need the money, it's that we need to be financially stable. And having an income that's the same or pretty much the same each month.
Stable.
Yeah. I'm excited for the salon because I'm excited to talk a lot.
And I don't need to listen to it all.
Yeah, like Charlie's going to do all the boring books and taxes.
You get to be the pretty front of house.
Yeah, but I'm
do all the
so
hard
excited
work.
to do that.
I know.
I'll wake up, go unlock everything, sort a couple of bits out, get a little Starbucks, and then go home, have a little nap, a little cuddle with the cats, and then go back in, see how everybody's getting on, lock up, and same again tomorrow. We're going to have to train somebody to be a manager, though, because I don't want to work weekends.
Of course not.
Well...
How could you?
No, I know. And when I'm pregnant...
You'll not work at all.
No, I will when I'm pregnant, because I want all the attention. Oh, everyone look at my bump. Oh, don't touch it, though.
And where are things at with surgery, Charlie?
One of the reasons I wanted to open a business was to be able to pay for my bottom surgery, because there's no way I would make that kind of money and accumulate that kind of money without doing something big. A normal standard erection rod can be 10 grand, a fluid pump can be 20 grand. It's like buying a car, right?
Yeah.
And you've got all these heated seats and add-ons and you need to decide, do I want that, do I not want that? The price compared to the results sometimes don't match up. Sometimes you can get an amazing looking willy and sometimes you get something that looks like a Richmond sausage. someone's paid over 70 grand for it, and it's a hit or a miss, and I want to kind of wait until I'm 100% sure. You choose the location of the graft. You choose if you want it from your thigh or your forearm. And this was obviously taken from the leg here. You come down a bit more, you've got uncircumcised options. Personally, I'm not a fan of this aesthetic, but you know, each their own. I did then find someone in America who did it all in one stage, which is absolutely incredible, and it's a lot cheaper, but they don't lengthen your urethra, which means you couldn't pee through it. But what's the point of having a willy if I still need to sit down to pee?
Yeah.
I want to pee on lampposts.
Yeah.
I want to pee on you. I want to pee on the side of the road, you know.
And like urinals and stuff, like that's such like a gender affirming moment that you wouldn't be able to have, but it is half the price.
It's all a gamble. If I could completely lose my sexual feeling and my ability to use anything below the waist, I don't want that to be a gamble.
Yeah.
I need that to be a sure bet.
Yeah, me too. We're on our way to meet the owners of Luke and Jack's in Glasgow, an inclusive sex shop that we really love. Oh, perfect. I love it.
So it's really hard to find like packers and transgender stuff on the high street. They don't exist at all. You can get one which is just a packer, and that's just to give the illusion of a bulge. And then the STPs are hollow, so that you can sort of stand at a urinal and use it to pee legitimately. And if it's coming out your boxers too, people wouldn't really notice you either. I think you would get away with it. We are about to open our first business.
We are.
And it is going to be a salon that is filled with very diverse staff in order to help. We want to flip every gender term on its head.
We've actually been looking for a property for our salon since September.
We're regularly making the noises.
Today we got an email that we've got our dream property.
Yes.
Excellent,
Yes.
well done.
On it.
Yeah.
Well done. It sounds like a safe space that you're creating.
Yeah,
for
no,
people.
definitely.
Yeah.
That's what we want. We opened up to them about our recent hate crime experience.
And they had experienced the same thing. So these LGBT spaces are so important for us.
There's a lot of kind of very passive homophobia and lesbophobia and biphobia just shouted in our door sometimes.
Really?
So yeah, we've had personal experiences outside in the street, on the train, at the train station, on our way home, all the time. So yeah, these things are probably always going to happen.
We don't hold hands in public because...
I know, I remember the first, like we held hands and you were like, it's so weird because nobody's staring at me. Because as a lesbian before, two females holding hands, people stare. And you were like, yeah, people are not staring at us right now.
The hate is then kind of lumped onto trans women.
Oh, definitely.
And then trans men are kind of become, it's the new invisibility. It's like lesbian invisibility that occurred for so many years. It kind of is still there. What we're doing, and I think this is what you're talking about doing, it's called queering the mainstream.
Yeah,
We're not going mainstream.
Welcome to being a small LGBTQ business because we need more of them.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited.
Because I've handled this so much, they've given me my new dick for free. Please, can I get a wee bag as well?
Of course, of course.
Oh my God, we're ready to queer the mainstream.
And I've got a temporary willy to tide me over. Now we're just waiting to hear from the fertility clinic about my eggs so we can make this baby.
I got some of my results back from the IVF clinic because I had to send some blood tests away. This is the reference range here, and I had to be between 15 and 35. I came in at 46. The medicines that I would need, when given to cis women, it is really, really a lot on them, mentally, emotionally, physically. So to give that to me, a trans man who's not on testosterone either, I think would just annihilate my headspace. I'm not mentally prepared to have to be on all these different medications. I'm not mentally prepared for it to fail and have to try 3 times. And it's not saying that I couldn't do it, but I just don't think mentally I could.
To find out
that he wasn't compatible. It was just like, wow, just shit. All this time we thought it was all going to be fine, and it's not. I just felt really, really numb, and then I phoned my dad, and then I just cried, and then I phoned my mum, and then I cried even more. I'm happy that he gets to go back on TV. He had a really bad night last night, just really upset and dysphoric.
I had such a meltdown. I cried and deleted half my Instagram pictures. I was just looking at photos of myself and hating how I was. I was like, what's the point of me fucking being here? What is the point? And I was just spiralling, so I think it's time to go back on tea. It's been a long journey, and I don't want to call it a relief that I can go back on tea. It's more bittersweet. It's more bittersweet. I'm actually quite fucking nervous, to be honest. I'm actually a bit, I'm getting shaky. It's like a mental thing as well, and this is kind of like, it means my egg story is really over. I don't know if that's a little bit of a block for me. That's it. Good done. Me instantly turning into the Hulk. No, I'm kidding. I think I hold a lot more guilt. I feel more disappointed for Lauren that I've dragged this out for her than I do feel disappointed for myself not being able to use my eggs. But then I kind of thought, you know, I got my answer, you know. I got my answer. Sometimes it's just not the story you wanted, and that's just life, innit? That is the reality of life.
Did you do it?
Yeah.
How are you feeling? You alright? What's up? What's up, baby? You're okay. It's not over. It's just time to start on a new journey.
Exactly.
But you're not allowed to be angry at me now, start teeing.
Next time on Not Your Average Family.
The keys are ready to pick up, but then the builder shows up and starts pointing out problems.
I feel like you've just went from wanting to do this so badly to not wanting to do it all.
There's been a massive backlash to the amendment of the Gender Reform Bill.
All this piece of paper does is let me be a dad on a birth certificate. We are a team and we're in this together.